What if the biggest redemption story ahead of the 2026 World Cup is not about a new teenage sensation, but about a player many thought was already finished at the highest level? What if one bold move to Spain has completely changed the career of a Brazilian winger who once carried enormous expectations in England? Today, we take a deep dive into the dramatic transformation of Antony, from struggling at Manchester United to shining once again in La Liga, and we explore one crucial question. Can this resurgence earn him a permanent return to Brazil's national team under Carlo Ancelotti? After enduring a turbulent spell at Manchester United, Brazilian winger Antony made a decisive career move at the beginning of 2025. Initially joining Real Betis on loan, the transfer was later made permanent in September of the same year. At the time, many fans and analysts questioned whether this was simply a step down or the beginning of a revival. Fast forward to the 2025-26 season, and the answer is becoming increasingly clear. Antony has not just improved in Spain, he has rediscovered himself. In the current La Liga campaign, Antony has featured in 20 matches, scoring 6 goals and providing 5 assists. These numbers may not seem extraordinary at first glance, but context is everything. At Manchester United, confidence was visibly draining from his game. The pressure of a massive transfer fee, constant tactical shifts, and heavy criticism from the English media weighed on him. In contrast, at Real Betis, he looks liberated. His body language tells a completely different story, sharper, more decisive, more expressive. The swagger that once defined his early European career has returned. One of the most striking elements of his resurgence is the return of his trademark curling shot from outside the box. Cutting in from the right flank onto his stronger left foot, Antony has once again made defenders hesitate. His dribbling ability, quick feet, close control, and sudden changes of direction has been tormenting La Liga fullbacks week after week. Betis supporters have embraced him, not only because of his goals and assists, but because of the energy and unpredictability he brings to the attack. What makes his comeback even more convincing is his performance against elite opposition. Antony has delivered in high-pressure matches, scoring crucial goals against giants like FC Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. These are not just any teams. These are title contenders, defensive powerhouses with world-class players. Scoring against them sends a powerful message. Antony is ready again for top-level competition. He is no longer just rebuilding, he is competing. Naturally, this resurgence has sparked intense debate in Brazil. With the 2026 World Cup approaching, discussions about national team selections are heating up. In 2025, Brazil appointed Carlo Ancelotti as head coach, a move that signaled a new era focused on tactical discipline and experience. Ancelotti is known for valuing players who understand structure, who can adapt within complex systems, and who deliver in decisive moments. Antony, interestingly, fits many of those criteria. In May 2025, Ancelotti recalled Antony to the World Cup qualifying squad, a clear indication that he sees potential in the winger. That call-up was more than symbolic. It was a statement of belief. Antony's experience gives him an edge. He is an Olympic gold medalist and featured in the 2022 World Cup. Unlike some younger prospects, he understands the emotional weight of representing Brazil on the global stage. Tournament football demands composure, and Antony has already tasted both triumph and disappointment at that level. However, the road back is far from simple. Brazil's attacking options are arguably among the strongest in world football. Players like Vinicius Junior, Rodrygo, and Raphinha are firmly established in Europe's elite clubs. On top of that, emerging talents are pushing for inclusion, making the competition even fiercer. For Antony, securing a place in the final 2026 World Cup squad will require sustained excellence, not just flashes of brilliance. There's also the matter of consistency. Earlier in his career, Antony struggled with fluctuations in form. While he is currently enjoying a second life in Spain, maintaining this level over the next several months will be crucial. National team coaches look beyond short-term form. They assess mentality, discipline, and reliability. Ancelotti, in particular, is unlikely to gamble on a player unless he believes that player can handle the tactical demands of knockout football. Off the field, Antony faced personal legal issues that temporarily affected his national team status. Although those matters created distractions and led to his absence from previous squads, his on-field performances since moving to Spain suggest a player determined to rebuild not just his reputation, but his legacy. Football history is full of redemption arcs, and Antony appears to be writing his own chapter. What makes this story even more compelling is the psychological transformation. Sometimes, a change of environment is all a player needs. At Manchester United, Antony carried the burden of expectations in one of the most scrutinized leagues in the world. Every missed shot was magnified. Every unsuccessful dribble became a headline. In Seville at Real Betis, the atmosphere has been different, supportive, patient, and tactical. The club's system suits his natural tendencies. Instead of forcing him into rigid roles, Betis allows him to express himself in the final third. 6 goals and 5 assists this season are not just statistics. They represent confidence restored. They show a player who believes in his instincts again. For Brazil, that could be invaluable. In major tournaments, individual moments often decide matches. A single curling strike from distance. A sudden dribble that breaks a defensive line. Antony has that unpredictability, the kind that can change a game in seconds. The question now is simple yet powerful. Can he sustain this momentum until the final squad announcement for the 2026 World Cup? The coming months will be decisive. Every match in La Liga will feel like an audition. Every goal will strengthen his case. Every dip in form will invite criticism. The pressure is back, but this time, Antony looks ready to handle it. Right now, he's enjoying what many are calling the second life of his career. From uncertainty in England to revival in Spain, the transformation has been dramatic. Real Betis gave him an opportunity, and he has responded with performances that demand attention. For Brazil's national team, ignoring a winger in this kind of form would be difficult. As the road to 2026 unfolds, all eyes will remain on Antony. Is this merely a temporary spark, or the rebirth of a player destined to shine again on football's biggest stage? The answer will shape not only his career, but perhaps Brazil's attacking strategy in the next World Cup. One thing is certain, Antony's story is far from over.